Possible Shazam news, possible Joker solo film news, and is Wonder Woman showing up in Flashpoint? Look at us, we got the OG squad right here, right now.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's DC Movie News.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 4 greatest heroes.
Lighting
Created
effects
from the cosmic legends of the universe.
Yes, it has happened finally. The 4 are back together. The league has been united.
When you said that, you were like in here. Remember you just said that?
Sure.
All I heard was hot and so hot in here.
No, that's not what we were doing. That's
He did.
Nelly.
I
We
said,
were doing
but
R. Kelly.
He said we're hot, so we're in here, and I was like, hot here.
Are you trying to be? Is that like your trendy song?
My trendy song?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I enjoy some good.
I love Nelly. I love Nelly.
Who doesn't?
I wasn't referring to Nelly, but hey.
And I love you too out there, crew.
That's
the
right.
chat crew.
A lot of love for Mikey.
I'm there.
They miss you, man.
I missed
They
you
miss you when
guys.
you're
I missed
gone.
you. It sucks. It sucks. Thursday's a rough day for me, but I'm here.
Good. My mic is blown out right now. It's really
Are you
loud.
hot?
Yeah.
I just fixed you.
I don't know what happened.
Is he hot?
It got
Is
really
he so
crazy.
hot in
here.
Anyways, this is the DC Movie News Show on the Popcorn Talk Network. Guys, welcome everybody. We're all back, and it's wonderful. Mikey's here. He's throwing stuff on the ground. That's much better. Thank you very much. We are at DC Movies SK on Twitter, Facebook.com/DC Movies SK. Jonny Loquasto here, chilling out in the studio at Jay Quasto on all social media platforms. The man next to me making his triumphant return. He was fighting crime for so many weeks, making the world a safer place for you. He is very successful in the Schmoes Know. He is very successful in life. And he's
very
even more successful in Christmas. He's Mike Kalinowski.
Victor shoulders for myself.
Yay!
Christmas is coming up. It's only like 4 months away. I skip Halloween.
Not
Just so everyone.
even.
I skip Halloween.
3
just
months,
so everyone
bro.
knows. I
3
skip
months. 3
Skip
months.
Halloween.
3 months.
I play enough Halloween for both of us.
I got a costume.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
fresh off his appearance on the Hallmark Channel, dressed like the silent assassin that he is, he's the host of FX Movie Download on FX and Man vs. Child on FYI. Find him everywhere at Adam Gertler, and find him on the Hallmark Channel tomorrow. He's Adam Gertler.
Hey, what's up, guys? Good to be back.
Hallmark Channel, you doing a Christmas movie?
No, but there was definitely an actress from a Hallmark movie on there today. Yeah, I'm making sausages. I'm doing my Oktoberfest sausage, hence this outfit.
Home and Family.
On Home and Family
On
on
the
Hallmark
Universal
Channel.
lot.
On the Universal lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just came from there.
Lovely.
And so that'll be fun. You should definitely check that out. What's funny, though, is that the fans of DC Movie News have seen these Lederhosen
Yes, they
like
have.
3 times, because every time I do a match with you, I just want to thank you publicly and say what an honor it was to compete in the Team Schmodown with you and everything.
That last game, you had it.
I'm just glad that
I felt bad.
I'm glad I had one good round so that the rhetoric changed from like, why is Adam a joke,
But let's say
bringing the
this.
thing down a little bit.
If we can take my gameplay against 6 Degrees, your gameplay against Above the Line, we're gonna be unstoppable. If we can both have good games like that, we're unstoppable.
And those
You're
miserable,
unstoppable.
those miserable.
Don't bring them up. Don't bring it up. I know you're going to. Don't say it.
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
But yeah, it's good to be here. We have a lot of DC movie news to talk about.
We
man.
do, but first we have to talk about the crown jewel.
No, I know,
next
I'm
to
just
you.
Wait,
saying,
before
like-
we do that, was it
What?
really cold where you were? I've literally never felt somebody with as chilly hands as he is.
Wow.
Like, can you guys
I don't
feel
know.
his hands, please?
Because he's not hot in here.
No, are you an apparition?
so cold and
So cold and
Adam Gertler's
so
an apparition.
cold in here.
I'm not. Listen, I have no blood.
There we go.
I love that. Someone's calling you Doc Sausage.
What? Doc
I-
Sausage.
Instead of
Yeah.
Doc Savage.
Nice.
Doc Savage. Doc
Oh, I
Sausage.
love it.
I love that.
Doc
I love
sausage.
that.
You got the
Doc
sausage
That's good,
socks.
Good. Well job. Well
I
done.
do.
Sausage socks.
Zeno hour. I like
Get him up there. Yep.
Look at those. Look
Pretty
at
flexible.
The flexibility on you is
Wow.
unreal.
That's the
Your
left leg, too.
flexibility, my God.
Oh, that felt good, actually.
The
That's
ladies,
nice to
the ladies
stretch.
love him.
Good
Well, it
job.
looked good too.
Lady 11.
And next to Adam, who just had to deal with his sausage socks.
Happy to do so.
And she's the crown jewel of this show. You see her every single week on TV Fights, on Screen Junkies. She's everywhere at Roxy Striar, and she'll take you higher. She's Roxy Striar.
Yeah!
Can you take me higher?
No, you missed that note a little bit. To a place where... No.
Oh, I thought it was from the Power Rangers movie.
No, that's from Creed.
Let's go there. Let's
on.
make
With
us
arms wide
gay.
open.
Actually,
Well,
kind
yeah.
of a decent-sized news week for us.
Yeah.
I was transitioning.
Yeah.
You guys were all surprised that I was actually
there's
on
some
point
stuff.
today.
There's some stuff.
There's some freaking stuff.
Well, I guess let's start off. We were gonna go with Gal Gadot, but let's start off. She's gonna be hosting SNL. Let's just do that right off the top.
Doing the SNL thing, yeah.
Well, we just found out that Gal Gadot is going to be hosting SNL.
I mean, technically it's TV time, but hey, whatever.
Sure. We'll just open with the TV time just to switch up.
It's totally TV time, and I like where you're going with this new direction of the show, where we start with TV time.
Why not?
I've been pushing that for 2.5 years.
It's a big deal. She's hosting SNL.
It's huge, and that's awesome. I think she'll be great. I would love to see what they put her in, other than the hosting. What role she's gonna play.
I bet she plays Wonder Woman.
Spoiler alert, I bet so.
Probably.
And she's so endearing. I just feel like, how could you go wrong with that?
I bet they're going to do one of those sketches where they play off, like, how beautiful she is. Like, either making her seem really plain or, like, playing against her beauty and, like, her confidence. Like, so, like when Mick Jagger was on, like, they had him playing this karaoke nerdy guy with glasses.
That'd be so cool.
While somebody covered a Stone song. So I think they're gonna play an opposite. That's where you gotta go.
And it's coming up soon, October 7th. That's like less than 3 weeks.
Oh, is that like
hot?
When does the season start?
Very, very soon. I don't think it's the season premiere, but
I don't know. I haven't watched SNL in so long.
it looks like she's hosting October 7th
Wow.
with Sam Smith. That's gonna be a great episode.
I love him. They would be a great duo.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like
Writings
relationship.
on the wall.
What's happening
That's his
now?
James Bond song. Sam
It
Smith.
is.
Okay.
What about the
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint?
So,
Real quick,
Yeah.
who's watched Wonder Woman here?
What?
I bought it. I have watched it 3 times already.
Who
Three
bought
times.
it?
Yeah.
Did you buy it?
I didn't buy digital. I waited.
You waited.
4K Blu-ray?
I don't have a 4K player.
Okay.
So it's Blu-ray, but I watched it 3 times already. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
Great.
that.
The smaller
By yourself?
moments. Absolutely. I don't need people to watch it with me.
Does Indy look?
He does watch the TV sometimes, but I don't know if he's staring just at the wall or if he's really watching. I don't know. I like to think he's watching. I like to think that Gal has enraptured him as well.
Maybe. You never know.
I can't wait to get that.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I'm being lame.
Sorry.
I've only seen it 3 times. I saw it 3 times in theaters, so I have a few more viewings left
That's
in me
all right.
this year. So I got to catch up.
But now
Well-
we can play it whenever. Yes.
That's
It
true.
looks like she's going to be appearing in Flashpoint whenever that does actually get released. I'm telling you, this film, if it's going to be anything like we anticipate it to be, it's going to be a complete thrill ride. And
Yeah, I mean, like, it's pretty wild. So the Wonder Woman that we're probably going to see in Flashpoint is going to be the Flashpoint Wonder Woman.
Well, I would assume that they're going to have Wonder Woman in it, our current Wonder Woman, and then he goes to the alternate.
Very possible.
Well,
We see this because you've got to see the
Right.
Of course.
the dichotomy
I mean,
of the
we're
two
not
characters.
starting in Flashpoint.
No.
in
Right.
Flashpoint film.
No, but we know Jeffrey Dean Morgan's casting is all but a fait accompli, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. I
A fait accompli.
A fait accompli.
I love it.
And Lauren, is it Lauren Conrad or
Lauren Cohen.
Lauren Cohen?
Cohen.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
The
that's-
Walking Dead girl?
Yeah.
This
Lauren
isn't the movie.
Cohen.
This isn't the movie trivia Schmodown, so we're
She
okay if we
Gibran?
don't get it right. But I think it's Lauren
Yeah, it's Lauren Cohen.
Cohen.
Oh.
Cohen with an H-A-N,
And
not
so I don't
like
know if
the
she's
Jews.
one of our people.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
So if
she's
it's
not. Sorry.
E-N, it's Jewish. If it's A-N, it's not Jewish.
Well,
I think so.
Oh, Bachat Shalom to you.
You butchered that harder than I've ever.
But isn't it? It's a holiday for you.
Yeah,
Botshot? Botshot?
I don't know. Come on, I'm Polish
No,
and Italian.
yeah, yeah.
what's the holiday?
It's you say Lashana Tova.
Lashana
which is-
Tova.
Lashana Tova.
Lashana Tova.
Happy New Year.
What did you say?
Bat Shabbat.
He said
Bot
baklava.
shot-
He said
bot-
baklava.
So
I tried.
No, it was beautiful. Because he mentioned Shabbat, which is like the holy day.
Shabbat Shalom.
But he made it. He did something called Botshot Shabbat, which is
Bop, bop,
something.
shabbat, bop,
I missed
shabbat,
you guys.
bop, bop,
Yeah.
shabbat, bop, bop, shabbat,
Sorry, guys.
bop, bop, shabbat.
I'm trying
It's
to
Rosh
re-
Hashanah, so we're going into
My
a little
Jewish
bit of a
brethren,
Jewish
Gal
rabbit hole.
Gadot, she mentioned that this morning, so that's
Oh,
how
yes.
I knew it was.
That's how you knew?
And Gal.
That's pretty cool.
We talk on Twitter, her and I.
I would like to
Not
wish,
really.
I would like to wish
Well, she
Lashana
talks.
Tova to
She does.
Gal.
And you respond.
So for those of us
So it's kind of
Gentiles,
a
Rosh
conversation.
Hashanah is the New Year?
Yes.
Yes, New
Got it.
Year.
I sidetrack us, don't I, guys? I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
When I'm not here, you guys like so focused and on point. You get through everything with time. I show up and I'm like the kid with ADD, and I'm just
I
like,
know. I'm shocked. But let's talk about Flashpoint a
Let's
little
talk
bit.
about it.
So
Let's
what
talk
are the
about it.
other things? If you know the story, so you'll get this alternate. You get the alternate Batman,
You
which
get-
is so we don't have to deal with Affleck in that movie at all, or whether he's going to be in it or
We
not.
gotta have the Atlanteans battling The Amazons, right?
So does that mean Momoa? Would it be?
But the thing is, the cool thing is that we will have had the Atlanteans and we'll have had the Amazons. So it's not like they're going to have to introduce any of them in that film. So that is a built-in...
And people can choose who they see.
We're actually going to see the Atlanteans twice. In Justice League and Aquaman by the time Flashpoint hits.
Well, I thought I was reading this, by the way, because I'm just going through this article from Screen Rant that one of you guys put on the doc, because I had heard that Gal was going to be in it too, but this is saying Gal's return as Wonder Woman for the Flashpoint movie has essentially been confirmed.
I don't think it's...
What is... So essentially as in...
Essentially is like Patty Jenkins before he was
officially... The ink is not signed. The ink is not dry. Okay, you know what I mean?
The ink has not been signed,
I'm in vacation brain. Come on now.
Yeah, you said you were going to start drinking after the show. Did that happen before the show?
No, I had to drive here. But
where are you going, Mikey?
I'm going on vacation. I'm going to Orlando, and then Fort Lauderdale.
Seriously?
See my family. I'm going to go visit Halloween Horror Nights with my friends there.
Oh, dude.
It's a couple dudes. We are best friends, and we all, let's take a trip. And we are going to take a trip. And
did Horror Nights begin already?
It did, yeah. Here and there in Orlando.
I did not know that.
I'm sidetracking us. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You deserve it.
But Flashpoint is... I think Flashpoint, first of all, is a great story.
Yeah.
You got Laura Cohen potentially as the Joker, because Martha Wayne becomes a Joker-esque character. Thomas Wayne becomes Batman.
Right. Which means that there's going to be some really strong female roles.
Superman is in Flashpoint.
What we need to do is we need to develop to that point. So if we're going to make these twists and turns, we need to have a strong...
But we will. We got a great Wonder Woman.
I agree. But if you don't, then you've got cluster on your hands. So what we're doing right now is building to that point. It's hard to even wrap my brain around getting to Flashpoint yet because we don't even know what we're mixing up.
But even then, they've not said this is the storyline for Flashpoint. They've just said this is Flashpoint.
Here's the
story.
So
I think they're smart. They're not.
I mean, you got to believe Flashpoint's going to stay pretty true to it, though, because that's going to throw everything.
I have a feeling Flashpoint will be more like where Marvel uses Civil War, where it was not
an exact adaptation.
It was taking the best things, cherry picking
elements of Planet Hulk that'll be in Ragnarok.
Right. I think that's what they're going to do by saying Flashpoint, as opposed to the TV universe, which really screwed the pooch on Flashpoint.
But do you think we're going to get, Wonder Woman battling Aquaman and such?
Especially if Aquaman is the hit that we hope it is.
Yeah.
I truly think that.
I would hope so.
Yeah, because also think about the fact that Gal and Momoa were relatively smaller stars, and they were probably able to get a lot more out of them for a lot less huge commitments than compared to like your Afflecks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So they can use a lot of Gal, much like Marvel did like early on in the day. Like they didn't, they had to obviously pony up to get Tony Stark in a lot of movies.
Right.
But you have Momoa and Gal ready to go.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see more of their chemistry because I think it will be really interesting. I want to watch the two of them together. We got a lot of Gal, and not a lot of Gal and Affleck, but we got a good amount of that. I feel like Gal and Momoa together are just going to be so baller.
Are we going to talk about the fact that Justice League has screened?
Yeah.
Sure. I think we need to talk about it.
And I went.
Flashpoint, I really want to see the Waynes battle it out. I would hope we get that at least.
Wait, the two Waynes, like Lauren...
Did you imagine that?
Did you read the button, Batman, that's the button that's in the current comics right now, where
no, it's called The Button is the storyline?
It's all about the Watchmen button.
Oh, the Watchmen button. No,
but Flash and him go to the Flashpoint universe, and Bruce finally meets his father. Because in the original Flashpoint, Affleck never meets Thomas Wayne. Or his character. Affleck's Batman will never meet.
Right.
In the comics, Bruce does not meet Thomas Wayne Batman. He just gives him the letter. In this, they finally meet. Right. And his dad's going, live your life. Do not be Batman. It's great. It's really good, and he gets pulled from it, and it's like, yeah. So we'll see. Two Batmans on screen, though, that would be pretty awesome.
That would be pretty awesome.
And again, we've talked about this. If Affleck does want out or he doesn't want to renew his contract, that is a way to kill him off.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I still don't believe we're going to kill off Bruce Wayne, though.
You don't think?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
But
let's talk about the Justice League.
Yes, talk about it.
Yeah, I can't believe this happened.
I can't believe it either, but I don't know what to make of it. Can we talk about these tweets that went out?
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. How did...
Okay, so I know a couple people through Collider and whatnot. I think, and I'm quoting wrong, a couple of the guys, I don't want to say their names then because fuck wrong. They had put out, hey guys, rumor is there's a Justice League screening happening tonight, and I think this was Tuesday night. Can anyone confirm?
Okay.
I had someone then reach out to me saying, hey, I have people that saw it. They are telling me spoilers. I've walked out of the room, but I've heard two big things. Do you want to know? And I said no. And he goes, I respect that. And we dropped it at that. I didn't want to know anything. I didn't want to know I didn't want to know the people's reactions to it either. I didn't say I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to get a bad vibe or a good vibe.
So are you okay with me reading these tweets or no?
I think we've read them though, because
most people. So
I think we just talked about it before.
These are some general tweets that
because they're not allowed to say anything.
I'm sure if you've listening to the show, you've probably heard this already on Twitter. These are just the reactions that I think BatmanNews.com was able to track down.
Yeah.
Still nothing really confirmed official, but it seems like the screening definitely happened.
Well, here's my question though: How I assume they were all people who worked in media that were invited.
No, because it's still too early.
Yeah.
This is an audience thing where they still have changes to make.
Then how the hell?
I doubt they would invite anybody.
How do you get invited to that?
Random people.
Random.
Like, they fill screens all the time.
There are times you're outside a movie theater and like, hey, we're screening a movie. You want to come and see it for free?
We can't tell you what movie it is. That happens all the time.
And you'll walk in and you're seeing, They
come up to you. They say we have a Warner Brothers film. We can't talk about it.
Right.
Sometimes they'll be like, I can't talk about it, but there may be some capes in it, something like that. But with a screening like this, I guarantee that they're even much more discriminatory with who they
There's
actually let in.
No
but
way
not
that
media
one of
people.
us. Yeah, no
Maybe
way.
some selected, but I believe that there's a lot of editing that could still be done with this film, and they want to see how Whedon's most recent cut is playing.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Rox,
Okay, ready, guys.
So here we go. This one was coming from @Robert Mannion, who said, was lucky enough this evening to be invited to an assembly cut screening of #Justice League at WB, ... And that's all I'm allowed to say. Then he said, we signed our lives away promising not to discuss any details of Justice League. Bragging that I saw it early is all you'll get out of me. Well, so that was one of them. This one gave a little bit more away.
And then they killed him.
Our friend over from the Schmoes Know, Robert Meyer Burnett, tweeted saying, so is it true Justice League screened tonight? Anyone see it? And @Film Nerd Jamie said, yes, sir. And the verdict from someone who was there, quote, it's ... fine?
Okay, but that guy Jamie is quoting, I believe,
somebody else.
BatmanNews.com, which found it from the more direct source.
Right. Oh, okay.
So that I believe is what that's referring to. He's not saying a friend of a friend. If you BatmanNews.com put the same kind of thing up there, did anybody see it? And then the other reaction, which I heard, was that it was described as epic. One word, epic. So you have it's fine, an epic, and apparently the person who described it as being epic was not a fan of BVS or Suicide Squad.
He didn't like either of those two films, but seeing this film, that's what he said. So
I think it's just way too hard to decide whether these hold any kind of weight.
It could be. I mean, I saw a movie this weekend. I saw American Assassin, which I really enjoyed, but I like the books. It was a good film. I saw people on Twitter, amazing, the best movie I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
And I'm just like, that's the kind of people that are probably tweeting these.
I don't think
it's you can take it with a grain of salt.
If they had said this was the most incredible movie, I would say the same thing. I'm not sure it matters what they say. If they say this is the worst piece of crap, I would say the same thing. Like, we don't know who these people are, so how do we know if their opinion matters?
There's a very select few people in the Twitter sphere that when they see a movie that I will base okay,
you know that their opinion is in line with yours.
Yes, I might not agree with it, but I'm like, okay, they have the credentials to back it up. They're not. Yes.
And also, don't forget, there could be some adjustments made after these.
This was a 3-hour cut of the film, is the rumor, that it was 175 to 185 minutes. That's the rumor, which makes a lot of sense. Because there could still be a lot of trimming done.
They're going to cut a good half hour.
But when they interact, if you've been to screenings like this, they give you surveys. They don't let you leave. They ask you specifically, how did you feel about this character? Would you like more of this character? What did you feel about that scene? What was the most disappointing thing? What was the most exciting thing? What was the most surprising thing? They have their opinions about how the film is going to play. Yeah. And then, so this is all in their marketing, so they know how to market the film.
What sucks is this is movie making by committee a lot of times, where it's just kind of like
some films do it, some don't. I don't know that Marvel screens this early anymore. Yeah. I know. I was at one for Alien Covenant months and months and months before Alien Covenant screened.
Did anything
sometimes
change?
They do. I can't remember much changing.
I saw one of those for The Accountant.
Yeah,
and nothing changed.
Wow,
absolutely nothing changed.
But justifiably so, I guess.
So
it was great the first time. Yeah.
What do you? So what's your feeling, Mikey? I know you're a big DC. So does this make you happy, sad, indifferent?
I have a feeling. I have a feeling this will not be Wonder Woman level greatness, but it will be. I think it'll probably be right under Wonder Woman.
But did you think Wonder Woman was going to be Wonder Woman level greatness?
I didn't expect to feel what I felt with Wonder Woman. I didn't expect it to be that much heart. I thought it was going to be a solid, well-done origin film in line with Doctor Strange or Ant-Man.
And it was beyond
where it was
that.
a fun, enjoyable film. I want to see more of this character. That was one of the best films I've ever seen, superhero films I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
No, I didn't think that going into it. But in Justice League, but I just think, you know, I think I will enjoy it because it's still in the Sneider visual style. And I know a lot of people do not like that. And that's not really so much that Whedon can change. The visual style
you can't
really
change the visual, but we've always said that we wanted to see what the combination of the two would
Right.
look like. Now, this is not the ideal circumstance for that, so I don't expect much from this film. I don't expect much, meaning I hope it's fantastic.
Right.
I hope it's not a piece of trash. I don't know what to expect. I don't have like a feeling
I will
like
say
I had
this.
feelings about other films.
I will say
early
this.
on.
They have not spoiled Superman yet. And to me,
No, thank goodness.
that is there.
Even
we
if
all
we
know
know,
he's in it. There's
don't
toys.
show it.
We all know, and they're
But you
still
know, there's
not
another
showing
trailer
it.
coming soon.
I know, but I still don't think they're gonna do it.
I hope they just
'Cause
do
remember,
more of the reacting to it.
Doomsday was spoiled by now.
I know, but I want them to show the way they can show Superman in the trailer is just show people's reactions,
Yeah.
just like they did with the Alfred thing, where people think that's what it is.
Right.
Maybe it's that. Maybe it's not.
So I think
Surprises.
I think the fact that they're beefing up Wonder Woman more is the rumor, which is always a plus.
Whedon can make his peace with finally
so I
adding
think
to Wonder Woman's canon.
I don't, but again, I don't know if any film will do what Wonder Woman did.
Probably not.
DC wise,
No,
I just don't know if
you
it
think
will.
it should be more of a spectacular, like you want that, like, wow, like,
Yeah.
you know, there's something like in a way like Wonder Woman is allowed to be more personal film because it's just about Wonder Woman, and this is about a lot of heroes.
But they've
There's
also
a lot you have
said-
to cover in this film.
But they've also
blockbuster.
said this is going to be lighter than BVS. They said that the week before BVS came out.
we know that. Yeah,
So we're gonna get that.
a blockbuster film.
Joss
Wonder
Whedon
Woman.
writes
Exactly.
dialogue. Like, I mean, one of the best scenes of the Avengers is them around the party trying to lift the hammer.
Right.
That's
in
just
the
a
second one,
character
yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
Like, those scenes, I mean, the little scenes like Whedon or Tony Stark and Cap where they're out there and he's pulling the logs apart with his hands. Like, that scene with
Alright.
those little things, that's what we want. That
So
we
the
didn't-
chat is getting upset because Solarge says that it's the only comparison y'all can make to Marvel Studios. It's so tired. A lot of people are agreeing with that. They're both comic book studios making
Yeah.
films.
What
so
would you
no,
like
it's not
us to
the
compare it to?
It's not the only comparison, and I don't even know if we're comparing it necessarily. We're
No,
just
we're
talking
not.
about other films in the genre and
that
what
it's the
they have
director's
done.
previous work.
So
yeah, it's actually the same writer and director.
Yeah,
Don't
so-
listen. You guys are mad because I'm vibing with Mikey Christmas and we're not fighting, and so you're trying to instigate stuff. You filthy chat roll! I will remove these lederhosen and I will come after you hard.
And his nipples are hard right now.
from across the table, you knew?
It's pretty obvious.
I thought it's the leather.
I was
Well,
going to go for the grab.
Chafing.
Roxy, while we're talking about Zack Snyder, he did actually have a quote this past week about, you know, stepping away from Justice
Yeah.
League, and he's working on a short film that's shot on iPhone that I think is going to be released. Do you have the quote?
I do.
Zachy?
What was that other movie that was shot on iPhone that was so good that I saw? That was a couple years
not
ago?
Moonlight, not
No.
yeah. I know
but it-
I know what Zach you're talking about.
Sunshine- I don't remember. You want to
Yeah,
let
I
us
know
know
what
in
he's
the
talking
chat.
about.
That movie.
Limelight. Limelight.
No.
Tangerine. Thank you.
Tangerine.
Thank you.
There we
Tangerine.
go. Yeah, that's really cool. So we'll see how that comes out. This is the quote. I'm at a place where I feel excited about it, and I'm happy for my guys, and I love these people that are working on it, and they're my family, and I think they're doing an amazing job, but I've kind of just let them do their thing. So that was
I
his
think
quote.
I read
think
a quote,
that's a perfect
quote where he says like it would not be fair to me now to step back in and go and do all the press because it's like he's been away from it for 4 months. So
I think
Good for him.
I think that once you do step away from something, to come back then and be like, actually, I'm going to take back over
Yeah.
is kind of an aggressive play.
He even said that. He said it'd be unfair in a lot
what
of
would
ways.
Yeah.
suck is I don't think we'll see. I hope we do at the premiere. I hope him and Whedon are both there together.
You would hope so.
I hope so. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think Snyder might say, Whedon, you take the limelight. Go for it.
Whedon will be
But
there.
I think Whedon might be like, I've been dealing with some personal stuff, so I don't really want to come there either.
I'll tell you what, though. Snyder being there really bodes well for his future with Warner Brothers, and that will tell us something different. Because I feel like it's respectful. Everybody's being very professional in the press right now, but we don't really know that he and Warner Brothers may have cut ties for all we know.
Well,
like,
no,
on a
I know
broader-
Whedon. I just found this out about Snyder. He has a production. His production company's on the Warner lot.
Oh yeah, of course. That's where he does all his movies.
I think.
But we don't know. They might have, and if they were gonna, that would take a while. I don't want to.
I don't think so.
Dwell on that, but yeah, hopefully not, man. Hopefully not. But I don't think he'll be at the premiere. I would be kind of surprised. But kind of speaking of Watchmen, I know we didn't put it in the thing. You guys heard that Watchmen went into production.
Yeah.
The Damon Lindelof version. I'm sorry, that's another time that TV time is like, but I thought of it because we were talking about Zack Snyder, and so what do you guys think of that?
Fantastic.
I think it's great.
He's my favorite of the showrunners, of the creators.
Lindelof?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Really?
I love. Well, you have to think about
Leftovers.
two of my three favorite shows of all time are Lost and Leftovers. So it's like,
How did you feel lost about all that?
the ending.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it as much as many people did, but obviously the stronger seasons are earlier on.
He's such a
I think
divisive.
I think he's brilliant.
He's a brilliant creator.
Yeah.
But very divisive in some of his things where I'm just kind of like, wow.
I think he
the
learns
choices,
well
I'm kinda
from
like,
his mistakes, though.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
So, yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm very excited about that. And it's TV time, and I love that we keep pushing this TV time during movie time.
I think you're going to see a lot of the past Watchmen, the Minutemen. That's going to be a huge part of the show. I don't know if they're going to go into like, there's so much you can do
I
with
hope
this.
that show is a set run. Like, we're doing 2 seasons, that's it. Not just, hey, let's just keep going as long as we can go. I
think that's something Lindelof has learned to do
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, know your end point.
I love that. I agree.
Yeah,
I
think
agree.
know your end point.
Because if not, you kind of get like Gotham, and everyone's like, wait, what's happening next?
Yeah.
So here's something that we talked about Joker origin film last week. Well, I don't know. I have a hard time believing this, but Variety's Justin Kroll took to Twitter very recently this past week to say that he's heard the Joker script will be turned in by next week already, which is really fast, considering we just found out about this a few weeks ago.
Maybe we just found out about it because they decided to let it go, but they've been working on it for a month. We don't know.
Also, what does turned in mean? And in what kind of shape?
Yeah.
Like that.
Is this the final draft?
Yeah,
is this the
first
draft?
Is this? I
Is this
think
my outline?
That tweet holds could mean so many different things.
Yeah.
Like it's getting turned in.
What it does mean is that there is a
Something's on
script.
paper, yeah.
There is a script, and if it's really great, they will fast track it, and it will actually go into pre-production,
Or at least an outline of a script of a something. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
And also, I mean, there was another quote, too, from, of all people, Brendan Schaub from Fighter and the Kid. He was on Rogan's podcast, and I assume he said things he wasn't really supposed to say, but he said, my boy, Agent Todd Feldman, put this together with Todd Phillips. It's a dark Joker. As a kid, he had a permanent smile. Everyone made fun of him. It's on the streets of Brooklyn. It's super dark and real. But that's probably just all hearsay that he heard. And so,
he was born with the smile?
I have no idea.
That is like Gotham or something. Like that would be like no, I was thinking Johnny Handsome with Mickey Rourke. That's
God!
different.
Have you seen those Gotham pictures now of Jerome?
No.
Yeah, they really going with the full Heath Ledger like
really?
Oh god, the face on top of the face because his skin got.
Did he die in season 1?
It comes back.
Oh, he does?
It's really, really visceral.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it aired yet, or they're just doing it?
Tonight.
Oh,
But that's TV.
Right.
TV time.
All right, here's a cool photo. A little Justice League nod from Ezra Miller to Superman the movie. Let's get that photo up there. Rocking the flannel.
That is a very, very blatant homage.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't realize. I was like, wow, that really is his outfit.
I just want to say something
don't you
really
feel
funny
like-
that just happened. Pyronucleus had a comment that said, I think they should shoot younger for Dick and Babs. And that comment was held by YouTube as potentially being inappropriate, and I had to tap on something to see it. Because it said Dick and Babs.
That's funny.
That's funny. Sorry.
Not dick and boobs.
Going to this picture, what I think is cool about this is that I do feel as if this version of the Flash would be a fan of Superman the movie. And like would have that be one of his style icons or something. Like he saw that and was like, I'm gonna go get that outfit. Like that looks cool.
His
He's a
Flash
nerdy
seems
super
very
fan.
fanboyish.
Yeah, he's a fanboy. So I think that makes sense for his character.
I no joke welled up a little bit when I clicked on that picture for the first time because that part of that movie is one of those things that like can automatically make me cry every time. The beginning of that movie.
Yeah.
It is just one of the best beginnings to any movie ever. And it's so emotional. And like just seeing him in the field like that brings it back.
Pretty cool.
That Donner film.
So we already talked about this. I guess it's now officially official. Shazam will start filming early next year.
Johnny.
What?
A fish. We taught this to you last week.
Shazam will be begin filming early next year. Filming where in Canada? Well, it's going to be filming in Canada starting on February 5th, 2018, and production is set to close May 4th, 2018. So 3 months. Bada boom, shooting for a spring.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Ontario.
Shooting for a spring 2019 release, and apparently Dwayne Johnson definitely not involved.
Not involved. Question: we did not. Did you guys talk about the Matthew Vaughn doing his press for Kingsman?
No.
And talking about his Man of Steel 2 vision? That was a pretty big deal this week.
Yeah,
no?
that happened sweet, didn't it?
Yeah. Can you find that?
Did we not? I didn't. We didn't put that in there.
No, we didn't put that in there. Sorry, oversight. Big story this week, guys. Matthew Vaughn promoting Kingsman: The Golden Circle, which I haven't seen. Hearing pretty mixed stuff to positive stuff.
Too.
Yeah.
I'm still psyched to see it. Talked about he was very cheeky, and I actually saw this guy live, and he is very open.
Yeah.
He's very honest, and he did talk about what his
Is this what you're talking about?
yeah.
About Superman?
What his interpretation of Superman, the Man of Steel, would be, and it certainly didn't sound like he was saying he wouldn't be directing this. Yeah, exactly. That's one of the quotes. Yeah, for sure. I think he spoke about it a couple of days. That might have been the first day. And then the next day he even commented on that because when he spoke about it the first time it made news, and then he kind of doubled down on it. So it really seems like we have what feels like a Matt Reeves situation where I feel like Warner Brothers would be crazy not to get Matthew Vaughn to try to do a Man of Steel 2. With a much more lighter, colorful tone. He basically says that he wants to make a Superman movie.
Right.
Do you think it depends on where Sneider lands in the WB heart right now?
No, because I think that we're so far beyond his involvement in the DCEU. We're making all these changes, at the crux of Justice League, and everything beyond it does not involve him very heavily. I'm pretty convinced about that.
Yeah, I think he's probably done.
I think so. At least with this. And if I'm wrong about Warner Brothers, I'm not saying I wish
he's gonna. He will always. Him and his wife will always be producers on the DC films. Yeah, every single one of them will have his name on it.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
Because regardless, he created it.
What do you think about this? Dog96 Soldier says Vaughn wants to go backwards with Superman, get rid of nostalgia, and move forward. No Vaughn, please.
Who said that? What do you want to do?
He said he wants to do it a modern telling of a Reeves Superman, in that tone. Which I'm like, okay, we got that with Superman Returns.
But that's not what he would do. That's not what he would do. That's not what he would do. He the spirit of those.
Right.
But he would put his kinetic, amazing.
I think he'd be great. If I can't get J.J. Abrams, which I don't think we will now that he's going to Star Wars.
It's true. Yeah.
Vaughn is a great choice.
I think he's a great choice.
He's a great
interesting choice.
Yeah.
And because he really is, and he's another one of these take no shit kind of guys.
He's never made a bad film, in my opinion.
Yeah, and he takes no shit. I think he would work with these great creatives. I think the environment at DC, like we talk about each week, is they just keep amassing this talent.
So that's the thing. Okay, you would say this, and he's even said he's in talks. He was the one that said that term.
And you don't know if this
was
before.
Why would these great filmmakers be going to this studio to be in talks? Zemeckis, him.
Yeah.
If they weren't excited about the projects. I think Warner Brothers is we want creative directors.
Yeah.
I think maybe they've learned their lesson and just go, we want these creatives to do our properties.
What's a little unclear is I know that he was in talks early that he had a pitch before. Yeah, Vaughn before Sneider was hired for the first Man of Steel. I had heard that he had pitched before, so I'm not 100% sure that he's talking about recently, but I think if he were to bring it up in Kingsman, he's got to be talking about recent
in Kingsman,
why would he go back to years ago?
It doesn't make sense.
But he also said that he feels it's his duty to do Fantastic Four, a remake of Fantastic Four.
Which also sounded great, too.
So he's out there,
He's whipping his Matthew Vaughn piece out there all over the place. He's saying, who wants me next?
Yeah.
Who wants me to make that movie great again?
A little to the right, put your piece all over the place.
Rubbing his nips.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The chat room seems kind of
mixed.
Some people
are really into it.
And he even said, because Kingsman is his first sequel he's ever done.
There's no way Fan 49. There's no way he would do another Superman Returns. That was just an interesting attempt. That was just a bit of a miss. But there's no way Matthew Vaughn makes that kind of movie.
Well, the problem is, I think, and this guy in the chat room might have been saying, because I read this same quote, is he kept referencing Donner and Donner and Donner.
But so did Patty Jenkins. Clearly,
but Patty Jenkins didn't say. It's Wonder Woman. It's a separate character.
Right, but she mentioned the Dick Donner Superman film as being the archetype.
I can't find. I don't have a computer, but the quote that Vaughn said was, it was basically, I am doing Donner's Superman, which we're like, that's exactly what Singer said.
Okay,
we got a film that is too slavish to the sequels.
I don't. That's not how I interpreted that comment. I thought he meant that it would be the spirit that Donner put into that. The way
but he didn't say that way. He didn't say. He wrote it like,
we got to find the quote
I'm going to do a.
I think I was just on it.
Spiritual sequel. I think it was like.
No. You're no. That's not it at all.
Back to
Is
Shazam.
it weirdly if I did do Superman, and I made the mistake of telling someone yesterday I had spoken to about it, then wallop. I think my main take would be it's really boring, but make a Superman film. I just don't feel a proper Superman. I think Donner did it to perfection for that time, just doing the modern. I want to do a modern version of the Donner version. Go back to the source material. For me, Superman is color, feel good, heroic. He's a beacon of light in darkness, and that's what I think Superman should be.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That gives me hope. I think that's the direction to go. I was just reading Dave Gibbons talking about BVS and how like that, the attitude, that Superman adopted in that. He was like, it was too much Watchmen in that BVS. And so there wasn't enough contrast between Superman and Batman. So, and listen, even if Matthew Vaughn doesn't do the film, it's clearly the direction DC is going.
Yeah. We gotta move on though, guys.
Yes, we do. Last thing about Shazam, apparently some audition tapes leaked online somehow. And, who knows if the sides were actually part of the movie. They probably weren't. But if you go to screenrant.com, you could read the article. It kind of gives some speculation. I think the auditions were for some kids.
Like Billy Batson kind of kids? Or like...
Yeah, for that role. So very strange that they got leaked somehow. Now there's a password over thing, and now you can't see anything. But yeah, so... Very interesting.
Okay.
All right, moving on before we go to TV time.
Wait, one thing, was it those sides that we had read before on the show?
I hope so.
Yeah, it must have been.
I'll put myself on tape if that's the case.
Yeah, we nailed it.
Another Nightwing rumor, Adam Gertler. Finn Wittrock, possibly rumored to being looked at for Nightwing.
Are you ready to rock?
Who is this guy?
I have no idea.
I've seen him in a few things.
His name has never once been mentioned with this film when we've talked about wish lists, so that's interesting because he's lesser known than a lot of the people that people.
I think people look at him because he's got a good smile and he's got a thick head of black hair. And I think for most people, that's all they need when it comes to casting is to look like someone.
And he went to Juilliard.
He's got chops.
To me, he always plays kind of the douchey guy.
He was Greg in La La Land.
Greg.
That's the boyfriend, isn't it? The one that she was.
I think so. Yeah, like the kind of like the smarmy.
Oh,
he's got this
Like
smarmy quality. It. You never want to say an actor can't do a role but to me it strikes of the Joel Kinnaman Rick Flag. Joel Kinnaman's essence as an actor has a very thuggish, kind of seedy vibe to him. To play an all-American hero is Rick Flag. It's why it didn't work for Flag. He was kind of like this. You didn't trust him when he was on screen. Whereas
you're right. You're absolutely right.
This character, everything I've ever seen him in, he's kind of like this smarmy, like
he's very handsome,
cocky. Like, but that's not Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson is all American.
Oh, I remember this guy.
But people see him like, he's got the black moppy hair and he's got a chin.
But
so
like
he's
you
Nightwing.
say, you don't know he's an actor, and like,
right? I know.
And Dick is an interesting role
also
because
American Horror Story.
Right, that's where I know him from. He was that crazy clown dude. No, he was crazy on American Horror Story.
He was in 120 episodes of All My Children, which I watched at that point. So I know him too.
Jealous.
There you go.
So much.
Great show.
So much on My
ABC
Children.
soaps. Yeah. All right.
Well, so Large Knowles is just disagreeing with everyone today.
Because he doesn't understand what an actor is. And the fact that there's a type and a brand that you get. Well, I don't give a shit.
She says he has range. Anyways.
Yes, we know there's range. He's an actor. He plays different parts. It's not that. It's about his essence. And
ooh, Mikey picking fights.
What I was going to say is
Adam.
Dick is an interesting role because here you have a kid who's grown up really, really wealthy, but also fighting crime, also having lost his parents. Like, there's a lot to bring, it's an interesting part to play. And then the adult version of that.
I would be, this is maybe won't go over well, and I'm sorry if it doesn't, and I don't mean it to offend anybody. I would be pretty surprised if he ends up being white.
No, that's fair to say. I mean,
that's fair to say.
I think it's something that the studios are thinking about for sure, and not something that is important to his character to be.
There you go. I have gotten into many debates with people over they say, Mike, would you be okay with a black Batman? And it's an interesting debate because I turn it back because he's a Superman. I go, would you be okay with the black Superman? And he's like, I don't know if I would. But a character like Nightwing, his ethnicity does not add anything to the character.
Yeah, so I would
if
be
you
surprised.
change it, it doesn't change the story. And I don't know if Batman it does. It's an argument for a different time.
Especially the idea of Dick's being an orphan as a result of his parents who were performers dying. But
it's so funny. Think about it. Like we talk about diversity nowadays, but back remember in '91. Marlon Wayans was going to be Robin, and there was no question. It was just Marlon Wayans was going to be Robin. He was signed to be Robin. It wasn't a question of, well, he was writing the comics. It's so funny how diversity used to not be a thing, and then it became a thing and forgotten about, and now it's like...
I don't know about that. I mean, because he wasn't actually Robin.
But he was cast.
But it didn't happen.
But there was no backlash. There was nothing.
It didn't happen.
Michael... No, it was going to happen.
I don't know that most people know that. I'm just saying I think you're maybe proposing that that's a little bit more of a well-known fact than was, because the public was never aware of a black Robin.
The public was aware that Michael Keaton got cast as Batman, and it went through, but up until then, they were up in arms about it.
Yeah.
So he was cast, and no one was up in arms about it at all.
I guess I just disagree that most people heard the Marlon Wayans rumor, because I don't even remember hearing that. And
oh my God, it was a huge thing in the 90s.
Okay.
Huge.
Okay, I just think it's not exactly accurate to say that diversity didn't used to be a thing and now it's a thing. I think that's some murky waters you want to be careful with.
I'm not saying it's... I'm saying
I agree. I think
casting diversity, when you change an ethnicity, like we're saying, if like Roxy says, if you went other than white, now that would be a huge... Twitter would uproar with certain groups, which it shouldn't be because it doesn't matter. But I'm saying back then, and maybe because we didn't have social media back in the 90s.
Right. If
where people weren't, no one was outraged.
Oh, no, absolutely very
different
just like,
environment. Marlon Wayans, okay, Robin. I remember thinking,
Marlon Wayans,
I grew up with Robin, Robin, but I was like, oh, Marlon Wayans, or we're going to see Robin, cool.
But the point is, he wasn't, and in the next movie when they had a Robin, he was a white dude. I mean, that's the fact.
Because they went off of casting at the time.
Okay, but he wasn't in the movie, man. I mean, like, how can you say that it was like a coup for diversity casting when the guy was never in a fucking movie?
I'm not saying it's a coup for diversity casting. I'm saying it wasn't an issue.
Because it wasn't cast.
I started something and I meant to do.
Well, lastly, we can move on. We can move on.
Before we get to TV time.
Are you happy? Are you happy, world?
For all you adult film fans, there is a Justice League porn parody coming out, and according to Cinema Blend, it's a sharp departure from the other porn parodies that have been seen. It's earnest and self-serious, and it actually drops almost 2 months before September 30th. It comes out. It's called Justice League XXX.
Bow chicka bow wow.
A porn parody, and there's a trailer and everything, so... Feel free.
Are we going to run the trailer?
No, but feel free to watch it.
Most of these trailers are safe for work.
No, I know it is, but we don't have time. We got to get the TV time.
We're out of time?
Well, we got to get TV time.
We can cut TV time to watch the Justice League XXX trailer, no?
You talk to Roxy.
Okay. Sorry.
What are you trying to do to me?
No, nothing. Well,
if we have time, we'll watch it at the end. Let's go to TV time.
I'll just have to watch it when I get home.
It's time for...
It's time for...
What was that?
It's a remix.
It's time for Roxy Striar's TV time.
Cool. Whatever we just added at the top there.
I like it.
What is so divine about you? Adam's what is so divine?
My sausage.
TV
time.
Yeah.
I didn't even mean to just lay that one up for you. I really
Everybody.
All right, so TV time. I want to start with this because holy crap. I don't know if you guys felt the same way, but this Flash trailer is absolutely everything. Did you guys check this out yet?
Nope.
Crazy Flash trailer. The extended version dropped. We've got Barry Allen with the scruff going on. And just really intense. We heard this season was going to be lighter, but I don't know based on this.
We lost Iris. When HR died, we had a funeral.
I haven't seen this yet.
Give us all permission to grieve.
I haven't either.
What are we gonna bury, Dad? Empty suit in the lab. It's up to us to protect this city, because there is no one else.
Just us trying to keep the city safe. We're barely getting it done. We need to bring Barry back.
No. Barry told us to keep moving forward, not to save him.
What is your deal? It's like you don't even want him back.
Are you certain that Barry is even still alive?
I know we're supposed to talk over this, but I don't want to.
Oh, that's right. We have to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I believe that there is an answer for every question.
Barry's trying to send us a message. I know it.
You got strength, baby girl.
man.
Just need a little faith.
She looks different.
Let's bring our boy home.
Oh, boy.
I tried to keep going. To keep running like you said.
Don't show him. Don't show him.
I told you he's got scruff, so you know we're gonna see
You
him.
need to prepare yourselves.
Well, I wasn't paying attention.
I mean, they're bringing him back first episode.
This guy's no joke. He said he wants to fight the Flash.
Oh, Jesus.
They made you a new suit. You want to take it for a spin?
We don't know what Barry we're gonna get.
Flash is back.
Huh. Okay. Well, damn.
Yeah, I think it looks bomb.
So,
Yeah.
So they didn't really show him in the trailer.
You get you get the scruff.
Yeah.
He's sitting there. He's aged a little bit.
In the Speed Force.
Yeah.
Time is wonky.
That.
Time has.
He's
done.
not shaving if he's in the Speed Force. That would be a weird thing to
No,
be doing,
I just don't think
guess.
he even has time to. So these are coming back really soon. Flash is returning on Tuesday, October 10th at 8 p.m. So I'm very excited for that.
Hell
That
yeah.
is Flash and their extended trailer. They've released a lot of stuff, but that was my favorite of the stuff so far. We also got a deleted Arrow scene this week, which made a little bit of Prometheus stuff make more sense. I know a lot of people had a problem with Prometheus and not understanding where he was coming from, even though we loved the villain. So I don't know if we want. This is a shorter one about Prometheus. I don't know if that's what's pulled up, Anthony, or not. But yeah, Prometheus just was talking to. Remember that teacher?
I just don't see how this is more educational than the Justice League XXX trailer.
You're so mean. You crushed my TV 10 heart.
I kind of want to watch the trailer as well.
Okay, we can.
I just want to see if they show Superman in it.
Come on.
And his abs.
You are on a
And
trip.
his wee-wee.
He'll have great abs.
Why are you doing? Do you think he has a cape for his penis?
Oliver Queen killed my father.
That would be weird.
If I got a cape for my...
What started out as vengeance became something else over time. A journey towards self-discovery, you might say.
So he admits to her.
This is my true self.
This is who he is.
I suppose I owe Oliver something for helping me find who I truly am.
Oh.
Dang.
You know, I've never told anyone that before.
And now he's gonna kill her.
That's kind of an awesome scene.
Yeah, it's pretty badass, actually. So that was cut. That just shows you the
That's
kind of stuff that
huge.
gets left
That's
on
a
the
cool
cutting room
scene.
floor.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did we
yeah.
ever get that perspective of him on the season? Like, did you ever get that him actually from his point of view like that?
I don't remember getting anything even remotely like that. So that was a big one. Also, guys, don't forget, as I mentioned earlier, Gotham's airing tonight. So we finally got some DC TV back in the house.
Bam.
If you want to watch that weird costume that he's got, check out that show. The villain Rain was cast on Supergirl this week. Odette Annabelle. Do you guys know Rain at all?
I do not know her. I know Odette Annabelle.
You do? Mm-hmm. Like personally?
David Annabelle's wife, but no, she's been on a couple shows that I've liked. I enjoy her.
Cool. So what we hear about her being a villain is she's a ticking time bomb. The season finale showed Rain being sent to Earth from Krypton as an infant. She was genetically created on that planet to be a weapon of mass destruction. Executive producer Andrew Kreisberg says, quote, but she has no idea she's been living in National City as a now grown-up person named Samantha Arias. So we'll see how that ends up working out. Sounds like she's going to be one of the big bads of the season. And that's all your TV time news for the...
Was there also, did you guys talk about last week there was talk about a Superboy, possibly?
No!
There was something I read where they were like, one of those castings led to believe it could have been like a Cadmus kid or something like that. Or some version of Superboy. Yeah. Oh, I forgot where I came up with that. Sorry.
I didn't see that. Crap. All right, well, we'll talk about that next week. But our DC TV shows are coming back, so that's what we're excited about. Lucifer's coming back soon as well, so... Hell yeah. That's it. That's all the TV
And
time
that's pretty much time to wrap. So, yeah, we're not going to watch that trailer, guys. But if you want to check it out, trust me, you can find it online. We are at DC Movies SK on Twitter, Facebook.com/DC Movies SK. And let's all just talk about ourselves real quick. Adam Gertler, why don't you?
Find me online, Adam Gertler. Check out Home and Family on the Hallmark Channel tomorrow. And I'm doing a fun little kick cooking bit with Miss Debbie Matenopoulos. And I'll see you guys next time.
So cool. Guys, I'm Roxy Striar. You can find me everywhere at Roxy Striar.
Mike Kalinowski. Find me at Mike Kalinowski. Next week is my match against Josh McCougo. First round of the Schmodown Movie Trivia Schmodown. The singles competition starts next week. I think we're the second match.
That's going to drop next week?
We're gonna go at it next week, I think.
So wait, is that the first round of the thing?
First round, yeah. I think the day before us is Sneider and JTE, and we're
Is
the
it
next
how many?
day.
32 go in? Or?
16 of us.
16
go in.
one man
One's
leave.
gonna leave.
And while we're talking about Makuga, yo, guys, watch the Travel Channel 2 p.m. this Saturday. We just found out Makuga has. Basically, it's one episode. One episode called Epic Happy Hour, and basically they want to see how it does.
He's the kind of guy that I would want to drink with. He's the kind of guy I would want to drink with.
I agree with that.
He's a great drinking buddy.
Makuga's legit been the best man at like 4 weddings. That's how cool of a guy he is. I'm not even kidding. Like, we got to get behind him. We want to make this show work. We want it to get picked up. We want people to watch it. So 2 p.m. this Saturday on the Travel Channel. Support Josh Makuga, and beautiful things will happen from there. So
DVR it if you have plans.
Yes.
Yeah, DVR it as well. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Tell them that you love the show, and then tweet at them and stuff too. Let's see. As you guys know, I do play-by-play for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. This is pretty cool. This Saturday, our television tapings are going to be really big, and they're going to be the first episodes that are actually going to be airing on the CW starting October 7th.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, we got 110 CW stations across the country. We'll be airing Saturday morning, 7 a.m., which is pretty neat. Otherwise, QuastoAlbum.com. My album's still available. I'd love for you to pick it up. I think you'll enjoy it. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. We love you. We'll see you next week. See ya!
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of its owners or principals.